Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. As she said, my name is Matt Forsman. This is my beautiful wife, Devin. We are co-owners of Smokey Jerky. Now, Smokey Jerky, we started at humble beginnings. You know, it was very, very old school as far as just dehydrating meat. I tried different cuts of meat and everything, and I just wasn't getting anything different than what the stores offer you. So one day I started a brisket. I used the brisket, and I found that to be the most tender cut. Then I introduced smoke to it, a long smoking process, and it was then that I realized that I had something. I introduced it to friends and family, and I just got great feedback on it. So what started as a hobby turned into a passion, and now it's turned into a business. So I really knew that I had an attraction to the masses when my own children, my son in particular, is a very picky eater. They regard my jerky as a special treat. So I was like, I think I have something here, utilizing prime cuts of brisket and smoking it to perfection. So what are the problems that we have with jerky? Well, we obviously have a need as human beings. We want to satisfy our hunger, but nowadays with this busy world, it's about convenience, and it's getting a meal or a snack replacement in a convenient manner, introducing different flavors and really satisfying what we all need as business people, and everyday day-to-day life is just we're constantly trying to figure out how are we going to get this. How can we eat? I know so many people that they don't have time to eat, so it's a problem that we need to address. Also, with the store market, we have they're utilizing inferior cuts of meat. Okay, they're using round, they're using London broil, which is decent quality, but it's the brisket that really sets this product apart. And also, when we're dealing with stores, how do we know when this stuff was made? Was it made a month ago, 2 months ago? Was it made last year? Smokey Jerky is solving that by providing a product that's going right to the customer on demand. And finally, we all have those traditional flavors. Smokey Jerky sets itself apart by introducing flavors that most people haven't heard of. My mango habanero, my Korean barbecue. I just invented one this weekend called wasabi yaki, a combination of wasabi and teriyaki that's gaining strength. So another aspect of what makes Smokey Jerky is that the wood that I use. I use a variety of woods that complement the meat in which I'm smoking at the time. To combat stale product, I vacuum seal at the peak of freshness, and again, it's providing the high quality meat and getting it directly to my customers as soon as possible. Target market. I appeal to the masses, but most in particular outdoors enthusiasts. We're talking about your fishermen, we're talking about your bicyclists, anybody that's on the move, on the go. Jerky is fast becoming the second largest snack, and that is because of its convenience, of the fact that you can do activities and still consume it at the same time. I mean, how many of us have been in a situation, you're on a trip with your family, you're going across the country or something, and what do you hear in the back? You got your kids saying, I'm hungry, the wife's hungry. That's not a good situation. Well, just like that, boom. I just fed a family of 4, okay? Kids are happy, wife's happy, I'm happy. But also, like I said, with the day-to-day activities, 9 to 5ers, they want that quick snack that they can take on the go, take to that next meeting. Sports fans looking into the baseball stadium down here and just getting out because it's easy to associate sports activities with convenient jerky. Also, I found that because I have such a unique and special product, foodies seek me out. I'm now manipulating in the way where I can discover how these people are catching word of it, because now I'm getting customers all over the country. And a lot of them are just, they foodies that want that different product, something that you can't just necessarily get in the store. Jerky also is a great gift, every Christmas and Father's Day and Mother's Day, I get large orders where people are requesting, Smokey Jerky. All right, so the jerky industry is a $1.4 billion industry. All right, like I said, it's now become the second favorite snack of the U.S. Market, and a 4.2% annual growth as of 2018. Now, sure, we're all trying to get a piece of that pie. So we have the normal store brands, your Jack Links, your Obertos, Dukes and Crave, but they still are they're making a small share of the market. And that's where Smokey Jerky wants to, there's a place for me and for those that appreciate the difference in jerky and, getting that succulent, tender jerky instead of that novel thing. In fact, the only people that don't like my jerky are dentists, and that's because I adversely affect their business. All right, so I'm here because it's time to expand. Right, I'm taking a very simple operation, and now that my market has grown throughout the United States and international as well, I have to meet that demand. And with that, I want to start by getting my FDA approval so that I can get into the local markets. And with expansion, obviously, bigger smokers, bigger and able to produce more jerky at once. Also, I'm looking for assistance with anything from as simple as a trailer to a food truck to a brick and mortar, perhaps being in somebody's restaurant. My jerky operation just takes up a very small bit of area. Most of the stuff it gets smoked, I prepare it on the table, and that's all I need. It's really simplistic. Of course, with Smokey Jerky, looking for larger quantities of wood, where I can get a discount, get a large amount for a discounted rate. Prime brisket, I currently have an agreement with the butcher shop. They have about 2 or 3 locations here in Pensacola. They've been very kind to me and allow me to purchase large quantities of brisket for a discounted rate. And packaging and labeling, so you see my labels are a little bit simplistic right now, but the key is to continue with the concept of the vacuum seal, because I often find that after I vacuum seal the jerky, what tasted good before now tastes great. I think it keeps marinating while it's in there, so it's a really good thing. And of course, packaging and labeling and shipping distribution. Sorry. Marketing. All right, so it's always a good thing to have friends in various places. My logo and marketing was done by a high school friend of mine, Brian Luloff. He owns Today's Graphics over in the Tampa area. So he's been able to provide the logo. He also gives me a free website, constant updating, and any type of marketing material that I need. So, and he works for Jerky, so that's win-win. All right. I want to enhance my packaging. Obviously, it's pretty simplistic, but that'll come in due time as I continue to grow. Marketing. What's the best form of marketing? Recommendations by current customers. I get so many customers based off of customers that I have. They enjoy the jerky and they want to tell their friends, and it just grows. It grows from there. Of course, we have the normal outlets of Facebook and Instagram and what else? Oh yeah, Pinterest. These are just avenues in which I'm gaining more traction to the general masses, and like I said, getting customers from all over the country. How did you hear me? Or how did you hear about my jerky? It's growing fast. Also, I look to get into the Pensacola trades and open markets, provide more avenues where I love the fact that I can get instant feedback from my customers. They tell me, oh, I love this flavor, or, this wasn't my particular kind, but I know somebody that would like this. And that's what keeps me going, is the fact that people appreciate the jerky, they appreciate the effort that goes into it, and they're willing to tell others and give me some good constructive feedback on it. So the operational forecast, as I said before, getting this jerky. Now I do want to stress the fact that I don't use any preservatives in this. I don't use any type of artificial flavors. I really took it back to the old school and doing it the way, you know, our ancestors did hundreds of years ago, using simple meats, simple cure, basic seasonings, and yeah, there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's for me to know and for you to find out. Increased production, location, as I said before, there's different avenues I'm looking to investigate and see, you know, what kind of business I can get with perhaps some of you or friends of yours in order to get this quality jerky into your hands. The grocery store and convenience stores, next step. I already have a list of stores, a list of convenience stores that want to carry my product once I've gone through this this plan here. And ultimate goal is to conquer the world, one the taste buds of many, one at a time. Financial forecast. All right, so I broke it down here into my variable costs and my fixed costs. My variables, obviously, brisket and wood take up a large percentage of that. Now, I'm basing this off of one set. This is one smoker that I have, a 10.2 cubic feet smoker. So with these variable costs, you'll see on the average it's $2.62 per unit. I can make one brisket into 25 units. Charging currently with a 7.49 average, the gross profit divided by the variable cost, I'm making a $4.87 profit on each unit. So you multiply that by 25, and then you multiply it again by 6, and you'll see why I continue to do this. And of course, with the fixed costs, you know, I keep a low overhead because it's hard for me to hold on to these things. As soon as I'm making them, they're going out. I don't have a brick and mortar. I don't have to pay rent. So, you know, my fixed costs are pretty simplistic, and that allows me to, you know, once I've made 78 units, which I can do 150 in a day, that's my break-even point. So I've already covered my costs in, you know, half a day. Team roles. Well, you're looking at them. I'm the originator. I'm help with purchasing, the head smoker, and I'm the research and development. These flavors don't just show up. There's some, there's a lot of headaches. There's some, you know, I'm a perfectionist, so I got to get it right. And it may take 2 or 3 batches before I finally feel, okay, this is worthy of introducing. Please give me your feedback. A beautiful wife back there. She's a recent retiree of the Air Force after 21 and a half years. Very proud of her. I'm also very proud of her because now she can help. So I am, it wasn't easy, but I've slowly allowed her to be involved in the process of preparing, but she's, you know, she's wonderful and she's a fast learner. So put her in charge of preparing, and it allows me to, you know, do my 9 to 5, knowing that when I come home, I have product that's ready to be smoked. And of course, my good friend Brian Luloff with the web design.